The thing is, James, he mentions 10 laws that he doesn't like, that even maybe Muslims have a problem with. So we'll see. One is honor killings. One is FGM, is the first one he mentioned. The punishment for rape, he doesn't like that. It's stoning to death. I don't know what worse punishment you can get, except maybe torture and then stoning to death. I guess if the rape was so horrific, maybe they could torture the person, lash him and stone him to death, and it probably has been done in the past. So you would like compound the punishment and then kill the guy, because that's what he deserves, as a scumbag he is. I don't see rapists being killed in the West, so I don't really see what James is crying about. He unfortunately believes that zina is all equal, that committing adultery on your spouse is equal to a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship. And in Islam, that's not true. If you agree with James, then you have the right to your opinion. But in Muslim countries, we don't think that they are the same thing. And a rapist is a big criminal. It's equal to highway robbery or what was the other case? Or adultery. Okay, they all have basically the same punishment, which is death, right? So you could have death by crucifixion for highway robbers. The reason that highway robbery is not taken lightly is because people are very afraid when you have highway robbers. It's not just some guy, at the pop stand, taking your wallet. It's more severe than that. So it is like criminal gang activity, which would include, today, like drug dealers, drug gangs, drug lords, and all this. So the punishment for those is very severe. And to give a rapist the same punishment as, or almost the same punishment as, like a highway robber, would be like giving a rapist the same punishment today as, a criminal drug lord, which could be, hanging if you're in China, right? It could be hanging. It could be maybe worse than that, It could be the electric chair in America. Maybe in Mexico it would be, I don't know what they do to drug lords in Mexico. I don't think it's, a walk in the park if you're a drug lord and you get caught. So is it considered something like a white-collar crime? In Islam, it's not. So highway robbery is not a small thing. It's actually considered a very big deal. So I think, James, this is kind of a misunderstanding, a cultural divide that he has with Muslims. He doesn't understand the severity of some of the things, like highway robbery, okay? And adultery is also considered a very big thing in Islam. If you think it's nothing, well, that's your opinion. But we don't agree with that. We don't agree that adultery is not a big crime. We think it's a big crime. It affects, families, children, societies. It really harms people mentally and emotionally. And, some people commit suicide because of adultery. So it's a big deal. It hurts children and the family and the spouse. Also, the in-laws, it affects two families